I got a lot to say. All right, Noobifier, who really does good, short, to the point, very technical analysis, kind of just, here you go, Star Citizen videos, literally built this studio at his house that I am very jelly about. And the fans here at DG360 are saying, did you see it yet? No, and I'm going to be jelly. I am going to be completely jelly because I'm seeing the title and it says My Crazy Triple Screen Simulation. Oh, God. Noob, what are you doing to me?
Hello YouTubers, this is Noobifier. I'm going to talk about all the ways that we've set up monitors for use with Sim, where and why they are, and I promise that this will be interesting, so please stick around.
Oh, it's already interesting me to the point where I'm going to get sick to my stomach. This looks so freaking amazing. I can't believe you, Noob. Oh, I wish I had Noob money. I need Noobifier money.
In my never-ending quest for a more complete immersive experience, I've been making my way through all sorts of sim gear. I recently have reviewed and continue to use MTS Sim from Monster Tech, and you can see this as a continuation of that review, and that's linked up for you right now. Monster Tech continues to make solutions, and because they do all the testing and also take feedback, the product evolves and they never disappoint. This idea is built right into their name, Monster. They're willing to overbuild, which is great for me as I'm never interested or satisfied in average or standard, and they always turn their stuff up to 11.
She's on eating.
I aim to achieve two things in the video. I'm going to show you their...
I'm eating my very poor Dunkin' Donuts sausage croissant, which is absolutely unprofessional, but just shows you the kind of cash I have here at DG360, where we can barely afford these. We can barely afford these. I'm building myself up from this to that.
Modular solution to give you ideas, and I'm going to show you specifically how I customized that base to achieve what I needed. We begin. MTS has two types of screen mounts called internal and external. Monitor internal is mounted onto the MTS frame, and monitor external,
we talked about
as
it
the
this
name
morning,
suggests, is a freestanding
We're all
unit,
cool now,
and it can be used even
in.
if you don't have MTS. During the MTS review, I said that there were options for a motion system to be incorporated onto MTS. That review is coming soon, and this is why I've decided to change up my screens to prepare. Simulation motion on a sim rig is the goal, but I didn't like the idea of constantly subjecting screens to that motion. Small or large, it didn't matter. Screens are designed to be VESA mounted, secure, but they're only rated really to sit on a wall or a TV stand. I'm sure that they were never meant to be repeatedly and violently moved around on their mounting holes. I was worried that that constant jarring would result in shorter life for the electronics, resulting in premature failure. I also don't want anyone in the studio to be enjoying their time just to end up having a 55-inch flat panel knock them senseless. Mechanical failure was only half the reasoning. Simulation motion. We try to simulate reality. Consider what's going on with what you see when you're driving. The vehicle may be moving, you might be moving, but the IRL horizon is fixed and it doesn't move with you. So
the really only time I'd want to move around accurately is according to what the game's portraying is like in a flight sim. Like if I could just put myself in a giant plexi ball and just spin 360 degrees, we need to raise some money up for some 360 degree fun. I can't ever imagine any other way to play than being in a giant plexi ball playing DCS or Star Citizen. It's a bit sexual, right? It's a bit sexual, and I like that about what I'm talking about, Chrono. I definitely want it to be a little bit more sexual. There should be some cleaning devices as well that go along with this new equipment. I'm very happy to see these different ideas because it gives me ideas for my 360-degree sexual gaming rig.
It makes more sense to me that the screens would also be fixed. Better experience, safer, less chance of premature damage. And I plan to expand on this part into a lot more detail during the upcoming MTS Motion Sim review. Monitor external is height adjustable and designed to mount larger screens with the included hardware. The hardware has a range of motion to get the screen quickly into the needed position. Triple monitor extension is an optional extra module. It's designed to add two screens to form a triple array, left and right of the main, and this will work on either internal or external. Modern TVs are thinner and more lightweight, and I was impressed that this option was able to achieve triple tight bezel with no bezel cap. It is designed to handle triple 65. I ended up with triple 55, and in my opinion, it's as large as I will ever go for a triple array.
Awesome.
Since receiving the prototype, Monster Tech has added the following design changes. They added an extra set of feet to the rear to achieve better stability. They repositioned the hinges to limit the range of motion, and that means that the screens in this configuration can only be 4.
I have got to have Anarchy draw me in a back to tank, man. I love that tank. That is so funny.
Forward and preserve that stable center of gravity. These changes will also prevent expensive or dangerous situations, and it's best that the newest design is as safe and stable as possible. The included rubber feet are adjustable to level on an uneven floor. They ensure that the mount will stay in place, but for more convenience, I opted to trade those out for casters. A set of 4 casters on Amazon was like $20, and they were a direct substitute for those rubber feet. This lets me more easily move the heavy system around to perform adjustments,
what a nice
or just
studio.
for ease of cleaning. Before I go further, I'm going to say internal
studio.
or external offer an easy setup, allowing you to put your screens where you need them.
Brilliant.
I did, however, customize mine with Monster Tech's help. I'm going to first speak
hold
about...
on. We're going to do a tour of my studio here. This is obviously a green screen in the background here. Can we get a tour, please? Oh, I'm in a basement. These are my clothes hanging up on the gas line. It took me a long time to put that gas line together so that I could hang my clothes up. Back there, you'll notice a rusted out drain and a washer. If you can see back there, there's a washer. There's dirty clothes on the floor. There's some clothes hanging up. There's my lighting rig, why I have sunglasses, and you'll notice that there is wax paper over the wax paper over the professional lights. That is melting onto the floor lamp, as it were, that's modified. My computer seems to be over in that area in a back wire that had flood damage. The flood damage, it took me a long time to recreate that. And then we can just back to the green screen here. There you go for the DG360 tour. You can see I put a lot of work into all the water stains and mold. The mold took the longest time, really, to... the chain back there is for Pepe. If anybody wondered what the chain and the leash were back there for, that's Pepe's area. Quality mold, right, Pez? Quality mold. You can see, obviously, that my studio... much better than Noob's. There is no doubt in my mind. I understand I'm dealing with some serious cash here. I know Noob doesn't have the kind of cash or income I have. You just can't compare. I don't see any mold here. I don't see any mold at all. I see no water stains. Everything just looks so cheap here.
TS for Flight, which is StarCitizen, DCS, and Microsoft Flight. Flight sim with motion on a supported game will need a wider footprint because of the extra width of the legs. So I asked Monster Tech for a set of custom wider profiles that were 166 centimeters instead of 78. I decided to hide some Philips Hue lighting behind the screens to make the studio look awesome.
I want to kill myself now. Thank you, Noob.
There are 2 lights facing up and 1 facing down.
Want to kill
this
myself.
Specific model of Hue has 2 small threads on the back, and by adding a rubber washer, I can slide it down the profile during assembly, and they sit flush on the bar, as if they were designed to be there.
Thank you, Noob.
Simply hide the wire down the channel
I'm
with some cable ties, and you're
after
done.
This stream.
My stands, as I said, are now on locking casters. These wheels...
As Noob meticulously describes every amazing detail, it just wants me to drive the knife deeper into my heart. He so very expertly crafts these sentences together. Each new word is like another millimeter of pain from the knife that I want to plunge deep into my chest.
Now also let me move it wherever I might need for anything such as watching movies or as a second screen for the stream. It's still height adjustable and on wheels, so now it's even more flexible.
All right,
when I spoke about the weight balance with Monster Tech, they addressed my concern by including small rear-mounted feet. These are optional and really great if the TV isn't flush against a wall somewhere, but if your TV is against a wall, you can remove them if you need.
Noob has kids
I also
or not.
added extra brackets to support And this is not because I was worried about the strength, but because there's a $4,500 TV on this stand and three $2,000 TVs on the other. It cost me nothing to add this, and it makes me more happy that I have a little bit more security. I'm going to talk about the triple now.
Okay.
It's a little bit more complex, but has all of the same things as...
Okay, can I hang myself or sufficiently choke myself on this device, Noob? That's a good question. How fast will I die on this rig? Can I ask that question? Is that cord for hanging myself with? Because I feel like... But if I get on my knees, though, Orson, I can probably choke myself just right.
It's the 77-inch. There were actually 3 ways that I could achieve this. First, I could use a single stand plus the optional arms to hold triple 55. The second...
Can the sides crush my large Irish head? The force of these arms as they work, can they collapse onto my head and then crush my giant Irish head? I need the answers.
Be that I would mount each TV onto their own stand. This was originally what I thought I would do, and it would provide...
Thank you. Thank you. He says, let's make the DG rig happen, says Tech. Thank you, Tech. I can now take that $10 and buy some lime remover at my local grocery store. I can now purchase some CLR in which I can spray around the basement and tidy things up a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, Tech. I love you, bro. Thank you for that.
Extra flexibility. If one or more needed to be moved elsewhere, it would be very simple to move them. I decided against this because of how the feet would interfere with each other, so I ended up concepting a third solution, which ultimately became my solution. Based off the standard design, just like I did for flight, I asked for longer custom lengths to be cut for the central parts. The 107 centimeter length was exactly the width of the panel, less 80 millimeters. The legs would be flush with the sides of the TV, just like on the 77-inch. Using the left and right legs from another stand plus hinges, I added supported arms to take up the extra weight and add stability. This is a hybrid of the first version. I added one StarTech cradle to hold a 1500 watt UPS for a total of 2. Here I also added the caster wheels, and the weight of the UPS being low further improved stability. The way that the hinges are placed prevent the situation where this could be allowed to bend backwards. The 3 TV panels are each unadjustable mounts, and because of this, in about 1 hour of messing around with the alignment, I had a very nice panel seam. The horizontal bars each have 1 light, 3 facing up and 3 facing down. There are 2 power bars, each attached to a UPS, 1 on both sides. Everything now plugs into those bars with short wires. The wires are secure to manage with cable ties all over. This is super easy to work on and very easy to add or subtract as needed. For video signal wires, as a rule, if you want to have high resolution at high refresh rates, you should choose the shortest possible wire. I wanted the wires to be below 1 meter or 3 feet. To achieve this, it was decided that the computer needed to be mounted high up behind the middle screen in that natural void that it makes with the wall. Didn't want to build a shelf on the wall, so I fabricated a shelf out of profile, and the PC is now secured to it to the back with bolts.
That's slick.
Very short wires to the screen, short power wires to the power bar, again, all tidy and cable managed, and in the near future,
Cash,
the last part will be added, and this is why there are 2 UPSs.
I gave a tour of my basement in comparison,
I've added an extra 40/40 bar below the middle mounted screen, and this is going to become a shelf for a Macintosh RS250, which is basically a 650 watt soundbar. I know some of you audiophiles will think that calling it just a soundbar doesn't do it justice, but this is how it's going to be used, and believe me, when I receive it, I'm going to be doing a full review because it's quite a special piece at around the $3,000 USD mark.
Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on a second.
Take a big step back and literally fuck you up.
Sorry, Noob. I love you. That was just a little anger, Noob. That was just a little anger running through my body. I'm jealous, obviously. I am jealous. Okay. All right.
Week delivery window. Exciting stuff, and I'm going to end the video by telling you that the next step is motion on MonsterTech MTS. As all things become finalized, they're going to sell a conversion kit allowing you to copy my setup. And that testing will include a set of videos, so please stay tuned for that. And then if all of that goes well, the next step is to test something larger and then report on that and then stream from it. Thank you very much for spending your time with me.
Listen, Noob, congratulations, dude. You're living the dream. You're living the dream, man. As we saw here in the DG360 basement / dungeon, and we took the tour here, I have the best mold. I do have the best mold, and I'm holding on to that title. As a streamer, best mold MVP right here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Tech, for that $10. I can now buy CLR to get rid of some of the water stains down here. And one day, maybe. We all aspire to this. We all aspire to Noob's elegant lifestyle, his rich living. I hear that MTV Cribs will be doing a shoot next weekend at his house. Congratulations on your MTV Cribs shoot next weekend, Noob. I'm happy for you. Did that not look genuine enough? Actually, very cool, Noob. Very cool, dude.